Well. Hello, everybody. This has been a nightmare. Hello, Amy. How are you? This is
Hi,
not
Mike.
full screen. I don't like it. So, people, we are going a little late. Amy has a big day tomorrow, so we are only going to be here for a brief little bit. I have this much of a show planned. And
wow, look at all that prep, Mike.
All that prep. I had notes from over the weekend. I had all kinds of stuff. It was like, this is probably going to be a 3-hour show. And then
3 hour.
Get in. Yeah, we're doing the Rogan style tonight. But no, we're not, because that was 3 hours ago. And we tried to log in like normal. Amy and I were ready to go. You can see her yawning already. She's got a big meeting tomorrow morning. Meeting? I said a meeting. And all of a sudden, we both put our headphones on and about to hit play, and both of us sounded like total shit on either end of the stuff.
Correction. I sounded fine.
You did.
I had no problems. I had no issues. My mic was working. My headphones were working. So this was a Mike problem. He wants to say we both sounded like shit. No, Mike sounded like shit. Well, we needed 2 nerds and the CIA to come to our rescue.
Yeah. When I say you sounded like shit, you were not coming through my headphones. You were coming through a tiny shit speaker on the second monitor in here. That's all I was getting, was this faint garbage Amy. And that's not the Amy I'm used to.
You sounded like a garbage. You sounded like, who was that? Yeah, who's that character that lived in the garbage can?
Bane.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, or Bane from Batman.
Yeah, or Bane.
Bane's cooler than Oscar the Grouch.
Bane is freaky.
Yeah.
He scares me.
So anyway, we couldn't get to it. So we got Ron, and he's dicking with it for an hour. And finally he was like, we need the CIA. We need Travis. And Travis had just taken off. I don't know if he was over Nicaragua, Venezuela. He was obviously probably bombing a drug boat somewhere.
I literally told Mike, I was like, well, the last time I talked to Travis, he was getting in an airplane to fly it. So I don't think he's going to be available to fix your fucking mic anytime soon.
Well, the way I'm a broken human being. So I text Travis, and when I don't hear back in 5 minutes, it's like, he doesn't like me anyways. It's why he's not returning my text. And thank God you were like, look, I called the CIA office headquarters. He's airborne right now. So I at least felt like, okay, he's not just dismissing me. He's in the middle of an important mission for the United States at the moment.
And although I gotta say, it seems a little selfish that Travis is taking up, FAA flight traffic people when they're like, you know, being cut back. It's a little selfish for him to use those resources.
He's like, oh, people are grounded. Yeah, hold my beer or hold my water for him. So.
Oh, there's 40% less air traffic controllers. Cool. I'm gonna go up now.
Oh, who needs you? I'll fly myself. Thanks. He just got back to base wherever he is, and was able to get in here and had me do we did a half reset on everything because we couldn't figure out what was going on. He had me do a full reset, and then he jumped in here, and we were finally. It's like, oh my God, there's Amy. Oh my God, there's Mike. We sound normal.
And of course, in the most irritating way ever, it's not ever anything difficult. It's not like, they had to take out a motherboard and replace it. It was literally just, we had to unplug everything and fucking plug it back in. And I just got to say, in 2025, we should be better than this. Mm-hmm. We should be better than this.
Agreed.
Oh, I don't understand why we have to reboot or unplug everything. Why the fuck can't we just get something that works?
I want AI to do stuff like that. Like, oh, I know what the problem is. Let me take care of that. And
hey, asshole, have you thought about unplugging everything and plugging it back in?
Yeah. Okay, it's cool. You can produce a website in 90 seconds, like everyone's bragging about. Like, can you get me and Amy to be able to talk to each other in 90 seconds? How about that? Can we start there? before you build
Right.
us a whole new website, can you just fix the audio concerns we have? Because it doesn't seem like rocket science, but it seems like that's what I need you guys doing.
I
Is
gotta
just
tell you, I love AI.
yeah.
I
Well,
really
we
do.
need to get good at it. Are you're doing some stuff with AI? You're doing like
A little bit, but like also, yeah, like I made this AI version of myself, and so I can send out like it looks like me, and it talks
really
like me,
like
and because I upload myself, and so it's literally an avatar, and then I can upload a script to it and like send it out to my clients. So I don't have time like actually recording it. I can just be like, yeah, hey, here's a script, and here now send out this video.
can you do
And
it with the show? Like
she speaks other
yeah,
language.
yeah. No, I get it.
Avatar Amy speaks Spanish and Japanese.
Oh, okay. Well, that's worthless, but all right. I mean, maybe he'll use
That's
it.
kind of cool.
Can you do like Mike and Amy want to do a show, but they're really tired. So can we
Yeah.
Ronnie Pickering's knuckle sandwich. Love it.
Thank you, Ron. Yeah, Greg's not here to do the grifting for us, and you know we're grifting.
Yeah, we stinks. Super
Kelly
chats.
did tell listen on Tuesdays because
Oh,
she heard
okay.
us talking about how she's the cheap one and she doesn't
Yeah.
super chat us and that we need
Yeah.
Cullinson.
Yeah,
So
we need
she said, she said, I'll super chat you.
Dude, you know she's going to be the $1.99 USD super chat person. No offense to the $1.99ers. No offense. We appreciate all of it.
None at all. None at all.
But yeah. Yeah, we need to be able to tell AI like we want to do a show, but we're kind of tired. It's getting late. Here's the stories we were going to cover. Just can you
totally
form our opinions?
Yes. You could like upload the stories, you know, have an Amy and Mike bot, and yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Does it look like you said it looks like you? Does it really look like you, or is it like cartoon you?
Hang on. Now keep in mind, like this video that I uploaded years ago, so I'm a little skinnier in this video, but you'll get the idea. I'm gonna pull it up here. But what's also really cool is like, okay, I had to do this presentation for the other day, and to like summarize the thing, and Microsoft Copilot summarizes for you, and I was like, fuck yeah, do that, and I just pressed a button, and I had my whole presentation done.
That's incredible.
I was like, this is awesome.
Every time a prompt jumps up in my face, I'm like, fuck off, get out of here, invasive, go away. And it's probably you asking me the same thing. Like, you know, you're prepping all wrong, right? Like,
right.
Jin tried to do this when I was in California. He's like, you're using AI, right? And I was like, totally no. And he's like, with your stories and stuff, like you can just put the link to the story in there and just be like, cut out all the bullshit and just give me, you know, like well-rounded bullet points, make it a paragraph. So, you know, and part of it, I like digging into stories because there's usually something in there that is not the main part of the story that cracks me up. And it's like, I bet it dismisses that stuff. And it's usually like someone's name or something. I'm like, well, that's kind of a hilarious name. Dick Balls wants me to do something, you know? So I'm leery of using it, but if it's awesome, maybe I should. Are you pulling something up?
All right. Yeah. I don't know if the audio.
Ready? Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy. Mi sample, tu digital twin está listo. Intenta crear videos con él. Además,
that's not bad, dude.
Botón compartir lo que piensas. Espero que lo disfrutes. Konnichiwa, Amy. 全部さん、あなたのデジタル案にが準備できました。ビデオ作成を示してみてください。また、フィーボタンをクリックして感想を共有してくださいね。楽しんでいただけると嬉しいです。
So what did you have to do? Yeah, it is. Did you have to put a picture in there or did it just know who you were?
So you can either upload like a video.
Yeah.
Like I had taken a video for my palm, and I was sitting here, and that's what I looked like. It's like 30-second video that I just uploaded, and then it made that. Or you have the option to record one. Like if I wanted to wear different outfits, I could go change, come back, record another video, and make like different avatars of me wearing different things. So it's pretty crazy.
Dude, AI is nuts. Like my brother's been going off about how much he stinks at betting. And so I've been trying to get him to do the Costanza thing. Just like every bet you were going to make, just go the opposite and see what happens. If you're really thinking you stink at betting. And then I was like, why don't you use AI? Why don't you ask AI who you should bet
that's
on?
a good idea.
And
Someone won the lottery recently doing that in Michigan.
Dude, so I went on there yesterday and I was like, if you had to bet on any NFL game this weekend, who would you take? And it came back. It was like, if I had to bet on one NFL game this weekend, week 10, November 9 through 10, 2025, I'd put my money on the Seahawks -7 against the Cardinals on Sunday afternoon at Lumen Field. And then it gives me reasons why. I look late. 10 minutes later, they're in the second quarter of this game, and it's 35-0 Seahawks.
Yeah, that was a blowout.
The game was over immediately, and AI was right. I was like, well, wish I would have put $1 billion on that one.
Right?
Yeah.
Cliff asks in the chat, is that Mac Headroom? I'm assuming that's an AI tool. No, that I just showed is a website called Hey Gen.
He's making a reference to Max Headroom.
Oh, what's that?
Max Headroom was it was a TV show. If you Google it, and it was like an AI head, like a computer head in the 80s.
Oh.
Max Headroom, right?
No,
Cliff,
that's not Max Headroom.
Huh? Yeah. So I'm assuming his references to that. Google Max Headroom. I think that's his name. From the 80s.
You Google it, Mike.
No, you Google it. You're the AI whiz. So that's what he could be referencing. But yeah,
I do like AI music. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. AI music is just good. I'm sorry.
I know, but I feel like there's just no way. Like AI sports could be amazing. Like you could have computerized sports. It could be super competitive in the game, but it's like there's something about the fact that I want to know that kids in their teens were in a fucking garage somewhere noodling around and figuring out how to do this and putting that time in. There's just something about a computer generated something that spits something out but I agree with you. I'm on the fence because the AI stuff we've listened to is amazing. And I know what it's doing. It's going, the AI generation thing is going, okay, give me all the voices that have had #1 hits in the world ever. And what is the commonality of those voices? And it's like, it's picking up the sound waves, all of it. And it's going, okay, well, if you like all those, then you're definitely going to love this, the soul coming out of this guy's voice. And, you know, and then I'm
not into like necessarily like AI created music, although I got to say the musical that we listened to of the Hidden True Crime thing, that was phenomenal. Musical that we listened to. But I like remaking songs that artists like Eminem rap remakes into 1920s type songs.
Yeah, 1950s jazz club stuff. Yeah. Oh. No, the Eminem stuff we've listened to is really good, and I'm convinced it's like a lot of that comes down to the fact that Marshall's a really good storyteller and writer, and that translates no matter what genre it is. It works. Maybe that's true of anything that was popular you could do, and there's a lot of slop out there though too. That people are throwing it around. You got to get the right AI program. I feel like some of them are not as good as others, but God, those ones that kind of go viral are really impressive.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know. Do you bet? You bet on games, don't you? Do you use like FanDuel or DraftKings or any of those? So this weekend, I'm sitting next to G. We're settling in for the 4:00 games. Lions game's coming on, and he's bitching. This all goes hand in hand. He's bitching about how he stinks at betting. And I'm like, yeah, I stopped. I just, I put the last $100, $98 on the who's going to be in the Super Bowl, and we'll see how this plays out. It's just too frustrating, and I get too, I don't know, whatever. I just don't like it very much. And so he's like, yeah, I'm not a fan of FanDuel, kind of. I like when I was using DraftKings better. So he goes to log into his FanDuel, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting next to him. All of a sudden, I get a thing saying, use this code to log into your FanDuel. And I'm like, I'm not trying to log into my FanDuel. And G's like, why did it send it to your phone? I'm like, I don't know. And so he's like, let's try that again. He tries to log back into his, won't let him in. And then I get another notification saying, use this code to log back in. I'm like, that's fucking weird. We both shut our phones down, like hard reset. Shut them down and then get out of there and then turn them back on. He goes to log back in again. It sends me a notification. Mind you, G and I are not connected. Our bank accounts aren't connected. Our FanDuel accounts aren't connected at all. Like, I have mine, he has his. And it's not like it's coming out of a shared pile. It's our own stuff. And he goes, well, give me the code that they're giving you, and I'll put it into my FanDuel and see what happens. And so I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He types it in, and he's like, great. Now I'm in your FanDuel. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's logged into my FanDuel on his phone that's never been on his phone through, like,
so weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Does he use your email to log into anything else, like YouTube TV or something, such that it might be saved in there and he accidentally just typed it in, like it preloaded in there?
Well, he would never do that. I don't think. He's pretty smart with that stuff. He wouldn't accidentally use my email. It would never do that. But there's no doubt that he uses my YouTube TV.
Right.
So
right.
like I use his Hulu.
Yeah.
It's shared. We're in the same house now. And so we had to go through and figure out, because it's just double everything. I had everything. He has everything.
Yeah.
And so the only one I kept is YouTube TV. And then he's got everything else. Disney, Hulu, ESPN, all that shit. So
it might be like, he types one letter though, and a saved email popped up, and he's just going through the motions thinking it's his and it's really yours. And
I just don't know why that would be. I don't know. They're completely separate accounts. You would think.
Yeah, but Mike, for example, I was just pulling up that AI thing, and I went to log in, and like I'm logged into your account for some YouTube stuff. When I go to log in now, like your account, it gives me an option to log into this website as you, because I have access to your account through other sites. So it's just like in there now,
Yeah. No, I want. I'll say something when I go back up there.
Yeah,
and see if it's possible he just like fat fingered through it in a hurry, and that's scary though, because that's hooked up to a fucking bank account.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like that's what that is a direct link to a bank account. Now, there's nothing in my bank account, so it doesn't really matter, but still scary. He's going to get $100. Good luck.
Yeah.
But kind of crazy. Anyways, we did a member show over the weekend.
We did.
And we were talking, and I don't want to get into the whole thing again with the ostrich roops that were slaughtered and murdered.
Yeah.
But there's
shot in the face.
So they shoot at their faces. These sons of bitches, Canadian government acting like they're doing good, saving the public. There's more coming out for this story. So if you are not a member, I recommend becoming a member, patreon.com/TDC Podcast. And Amy and I were going through it all. It's this farm in British Columbia, Universal Ostrich Farms. And they have got like 300 ostrich birds. And these guys are great. And so the Canadian government was like, yeah, they got the flu. So we need to murder them all. And this was in court for a while. And then they just decided like, yeah, we're good. We can murder them all. And like 3 a.m, they just went over there, put all these birds into a pen and then just shoot at all their faces. And so this family that runs this farm with these giant birds is like, what the, you murdered all our birds. Well, the owner is coming out now and saying, Katie Passatney, who co-owns this Universal Ostrich Farms with her mom, Karen, said that officials used avian flu as a pretext to destroy this flock, which she said was healthy. The farm was developing antibody treatments from ostrich egg yolks that showed promise against major viruses, including COVID-19.
Oh.
The plot thickens. The antibodies produced naturally by the giant roops birds have been proven in labs to neutralize 99.9% of coronavirus particles and were being developed into nasal sprays and face masks. They didn't want our therapeutic bodies out. We went to the government looking for funding, and not long after, we suddenly had an influenza outbreak.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
believe
surprised.
It. No. Yeah. Ostriches, the largest birds on the planet, possess an exceptionally strong immune system. I didn't know that about those guys.
Yeah.
And they can generate antibodies to viruses, including COVID-19, within weeks of exposure. Working with a lab back east, we inoculated our hens with the dead COVID-19 virus. The hen produces antibodies in 2 weeks, and 2 weeks after that, she puts them into her eggs. They later began developing a nasal spray capable of neutralizing the virus, including the Delta variant, and envisioned a product everyone could just keep in their pocket or medicine cabinet. There were mirrored efforts overseas where Japanese researchers at Kyoto Prefectural University and Ostrich Pharma, USA, had already used similar antibodies in masks, nasal drops, and even candies. Wow. Clinical trials in Osaka were testing ostrich antibody nasal drops to prevent hospital-acquired COVID-19 infections. The Universal Ostrich Farms dedicated all its laying hens to the program, describing it as a natural, sustainable way to help the world. Lab testing revealed the infection was a new strain of bird flu not seen anywhere else in Canada, included a genetic mix known as D1.3, previously linked to human infection in Ohio poultry worker. But yeah, they're saying that our birds got like 10% got sick with avian flu and then they died. And then it's been 100 straight days of nothing. These birds have been healthy. They're not sick. No one's dying. They're generating these things. And we've been working with these labs to create this brilliant thing for society, for COVID-19. And then they come in and shoot all their faces to death.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That is sad. I'm glad you brought that story up out of the one story that we did today, Mike. I'm glad it was that one.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Sorry. But I think it's telling, like, remember what they tried to do to people when it was, Rogan is the name that comes up when it was like, hey, here's a massive platform and let's talk to some of these scientists and researchers who aren't just going lockstep with what the government wants you to believe. They wanted that show banned. Remember, they tried to get like AOC and people like that were trying to go after Spotify and YouTube for misinformation, medical misinformation. And it was kind of a shock to Joe Rogan. Like, all I'm doing is asking very basic questions of people that are super well respected in these fields. Like, why would you not want to have conversations? And it was years that we battled this. And I firmly believe this was not about medicine saving people, because I am convinced they don't give a shit about saving people. Like, health is the least of their concerns. It is about making money, period. And so they can't have some fucking rogue Joe Rogan out there, They had to smear them on all the networks, all the cable channels, all the media outlets to keep this going, this fear mongering that was going on, So if you've got people, it's kind of like the people that are like, I can make a car drive on plastic and garbage, right? It's pretty simple. And it's like, that guy died.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, as soon as he got his car, I can drive all the way across the country on 50 cents worth of old plastic. They're like, you gotta die.
Yeah. We
Feels
don't
like the
need
same
gas
thing.
anymore. This car can run on water.
Yeah, it's crazy. Everyone's gonna love me. This car can run on used garbage or water.
And then it's like, the government would like you to come into hearing and just so we can talk about this. And then it's like, and then his plane crashed. It was crazy.
His plane crashed, or he committed suicide on the way in for his big meeting.
Right.
His big pat on the back meeting, like, wow, you've saved humanity meeting.
Yeah.
And he died, and we don't know what he did to make water drive the car. So, well, I guess we'll just keep using gas. It's like that. That's how it feels. And these people are just not trustworthy. I'm sorry. Trust is earned.
Yeah.
So I'm going to choose to side with the ostrich farm people that have dedicated their lives to these beautiful big birds with their goofy heads.
Yeah.
And they murdered them all.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, I'm only listening to this show on, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Do us a favor, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and we are going to be giving away some Patreon memberships to recent subscribers. So go over and hit the like button.
Yeah.
Por favor, subscribe, like, whatever you have to do.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, how we were talking about having to take a citizenship test to vote.
A citizenship test, or
like the equivalent of like what a
civics?
Yeah, like a civics test, like the equivalent of what a citizen would have to take. But maybe like a simpler version.
I wish we could. Yeah.
So I got a message from a listener, Jeff, and he has a long story in and of, but found out that he wasn't actually a citizen and had to go through the process of taking the test. And what's crazy is, I didn't know this, there is a Republican version and a Democrat version of the test.
What?
Yeah. Both versions were closely with a question that may be asked on one, but not the other. Nothing too left or right, basic American history. And then it said, when I first applied, Donald Trump was still in office. The attorney gave me the Republican version. When I found my interview scheduled, Joe Biden was in office, so I had to know the Democrat version. And he said, one test asked who was the first Secretary of Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, and another asked the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. But the questions almost overlapped each other, like who was the first president of the United States, three branches of government, etc. But it's just, I was like, there's two different tests? Like what? I would have had no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder what the rationale for that would be.
My test is better.
Yeah. So does it matter? So does it matter who the president is or what you are? So if you go in and register as a Democrat or a Republican, is your test then different, or does it just matter like?
Well, presumably registered for anything because you're not a citizen.
Right.
So it's who's in power. Like he said, he had studied one test because when Trump was in office, but when he took the test, Joe Biden was in office. So it was like a slightly different test. But it doesn't sound like they're like overly political questions, but it's just weird. You would think that there would be one standard test approved,
Well, it seems crazy to me. There's been a lot of talk about repealing the 19th Amendment. Like, and I kind of laughed that stuff off. I don't think you could do something like that. Like, women can't vote. Yeah. But I do kind of like the idea of, if you're not like paying into the system, if you don't have something, like I've heard people be like, if you don't have kids, for instance, right? If you don't have children, then your opinion on the future isn't all that relevant. And I can totally see, which would mean I don't get to vote on stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
But you want to know what, Mike? Are fine for them to help with that future and help with the schools. So that's fine. If you want to play that game, great. Yeah. I don't get to vote because I don't have kids. Wonderful. You're not going to take money. I'm not paying towards the schools because guess what? A large portion of my tax bill goes to the school down the street. So don't come to me looking for that. That's what you want.
Fair enough. But the people that are like, yeah, I don't work. I just take government handouts.
Well, yeah, that's
like those people, and it's like, nope, I'm 18, I get to vote. And it's like, yeah, but you're going to vote for more handouts and shit, and that might not be best for society. Right. And I can understand it's led to this thing of like, where we're targeting people, with like what we can promise you, what we can give you. Yeah, we're going to give you more, and it's like, I don't know. It just feels wrong. I don't think 18-year-olds should be voting. I couldn't have been any dumber at 18. Like I had no concept of how things worked, how things, what I mean?
18-year-olds didn't vote, Democrats would never win again. That's why they want to lower the voting age.
Yes.
Because you're only a Democrat for the most part when you're young and stupid and you don't make any money, or you're in a union. And the only reason you make money is because you're in a union. So you need the union to like continue getting all your insane benefits, and you just don't actually work in the real world. Like those are the only liberal Democrats out there.
Yeah. Dude, I saw it in real time with Troy's daughter when, I don't remember how old she was when when she first started coming around, but she would have the dumbest takes on whatever. She's a 18-year-old, not working. I'm finishing school, and just the dumbest takes.
Your whole life revolves around the fact of, can I get an abortion if I accidentally get pregnant?
Right.
That is what your whole life revolves around.
Yeah. And that, dude, it was literally like a year later, I saw her, she'd been working for a year, and her attitude had completely changed. And what it was she got her first paycheck, and they told her, you're making, $20 an hour or whatever the hell she was making. And then she's like, okay, I worked 40 hours. That should be $800, and then it was like, wait a minute, where did all the rest of it go?
It's like $450.
And it was like, yeah, all those government programs she was like, oh, fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that.
Right.
She immediately recognized it for what it was and was like, no. And it was like, yeah, it took one job and 1 year of actually working for you to recognize, no, I don't want to pay for everyone else's garbage.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, I can totally see how, but good luck ever getting that somewhere. But for society, if you had people that were the ones putting in, like, I don't know, I think of it like, Marshall doesn't get to fucking pick where we go to dinner. He has no input on this. He's not paying for it. He's in no way responsible. Like, fuck that. No. Right. When he's involved in, like, when he has some skin in the game, then I will accept his input on this. Unless it's his birthday or something.
Right.
You want to go to Chuck E. Cheese for your birthday? Fine. Other than that, no. Not interested in what you have to say.
Yeah.
I feel like voting's the same way. If you have no skin in the game, and no 18-year-old does have skin in the game. And you're 100% right that there was a push this last election. People probably don't remember. They absolutely were tossing around the idea of, like, can we make it 16? And it was like, what possible justification for that could you have?
Well, because they can't win without it.
Yeah.
Because everybody else realizes that their policies are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
So,
how you feeling?
Well, I'm tired, Mike.
I know.
It's past my bedtime, and I've got an early morning meeting, which kind of irritates me because I'm supposed to have tomorrow off because it's Veterans Day.
Oh yeah, it's is it Veterans Day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we shut it down? I'm glad we were able to come on and
me
do
too.
35 minutes. I'm sorry, everybody. We had a lot to get to, but I know it's late back home, and I'm shocked when we were off air, and I was like, "Oh, we could pop on for 20 minutes and just say hi," and you were like, "All right." I was shocked because, I texted you an hour ago, and you were like, "About ready to go to bed."
It was an hour ago. I was like, I'm literally about to go to bed.
Yeah. And I think food has arrived here because I was planning on shutting it down too. So, sorry everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll I think we can do a show on Veterans Day, right? It's not a law saying we don't have to. And
I mean, it's a government holiday, but
yeah,
I guess I can work this job.
Yeah. This job's more fun.
Mm.
So I'll pull some more stuff, and I've got a bunch of stuff here. And but thank you everybody. We didn't die on you. We just had some technical difficulties, and
Mike did.
Mostly on my end, but whatever. Screw you.
All on Mike's end.
All on my end. Amy was here ready to go.
All.
So thank you, everybody. Sorry, Ames, and I will see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.